there is the transportation of substances in the plants also like the human beings, but in the plants there is no any heart like structure, there is no any heart like organ which help in the transportation of blood. Then there is the problem that how there is the transportation occurs in case of plants when there is no heart. यदि heart नहीं तो plant में transportation कैसे होगा? Yes, there is the transportation in plants. As you have studied in class 9 that there is the transportation, there is the process of diffusion in plants due to which there is the movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide. You have studied that there is the process of diffusion, and by the process of diffusion there is the exchange of gaseous matter, carbon dioxide and oxygen. We have to discuss that in case of plant systems, there is the process of transportation from the nearest region to the distant portion. How it happens? We have to study that there is the process of diffusion, and by the process of diffusion, there is the transportation of materials. Along with diffusion, there are the vessels like structure in plants. Diet vessels are helpful in the transportation of water, mineral and food material. You have studied class 9 that there are the vascular tissue in plants that is called as xylem and phloem. There is xylem and phloem. That xylem and phloem are also called as the vascular tissue which help in the transportation of substances in the plants to different parts. One by one, we have to study about the plants. We know students that there is very low requirement of energy in the plants in case of transportation. There is need of energy, but it is very low amount of energy is needed in the transportation of substance in plants, and it is differ. The energy need that differs between different body design. If the plants are large, then there is need of large amount of energy. If the plant size of plant is small, then there is need of very low amount of energy. It will depend on the size of plant. It is same in the animals also. Now we have to study that the plant transport system will move energy stored from the leaves and the raw material from the roots. You know that during photosynthesis plants prepare their food. In this situation, the prepared food is stored in the leaves, and from leaves it is transported to different parts of the plant where there is need. And we know that there are the roots in plants which help to absorb the water and minerals from the roots. So from roots there is the transportation of water and minerals to different parts of the plant. Especially there are the blue side where there is the storage of water, mineral and food material, and from there it will transport to different parts. And there are the two pathways by which there is the conduction of substance. I have discussed earlier. These are called conducting tissue, vascular tissue, conducting tissue, and complex tissue. If we discuss about these three, then okay, students, due to network it happens. What I said, there are the conducting tissue, and that conducting tissue are the xylem and phloem. Conducting tissue, or we can say vascular tissue or complex tissue. These are two. One is xylem and other is phloem. Now we have to study about the transportation of water. Transportation of water. If we discuss about the transportation of water, then it is done by the xylem. It is done by the xylem. There is the transportation of water in the plant's body by the xylem, and these xylem are helpful. Especially, we have studied in 9 that there are 4 constituents of xylem. Out of 4, the 2 are very important in the transportation of water. One is xylem basal and other is xylem trachea. We can say that xylem vessel and xylem trachea are important in the transportation of water and minerals from root to different parts of plant body. From roots to different parts of body. How can you say it? You know that these xylems help in transportation of water and mineral. Then question arises that what is the process by which they help in the transportation? There are two processes. The one is transpiration, and the other process by which xylem help in the transportation of water is the root pressure. Root pressure. Let us see, there are two processes by which there is the transportation of water by the xylem, water and mineral by the xylem. One is transpiration and other is root pressure. One thing should be known to you states that the transportation process by the xylem is a unidirectional. The transportation process in the plants by the xylem is unidirectional. Unidirectional means we know that there is the absorption of water and mineral by the roots of plants, and from root it is transported to different parts of plant. पौधों की जड़ें absorb कर रही है और वहां से पौधे के हर भाग तक भेजा जा रहा है. This is the reason that we say that there is the movement of water and mineral, and there is unidirectional movement of the substances like water and mineral by the. Now we have to study about the transpiration. How transpiration helps in the transportation of water and mineral? Students, we know that during photosynthesis, during daytime, not only photosynthesis, during daytime, the rate of transpiration is increased, and when the rate of transpiration is increased, at that time the concentration of water in the plant body except the root is higher. Is lower, due to which the water and mineral absorbed by the roots are transported by the capillaries to different parts of plant. How can we say? You can see the figure. Suppose that this is the plant body. This is the plant body. These are the roots. These roots absorb water and mineral. And we know that all living body is made up of cell. All living body is made up of cell. Then suppose that there are teeny cells. There are the size of cell is not so big as I am drawing here, but suppose that these are the chain of cells. Here there are the water. These are the water. Suppose that the water in this cell has transpirated. यहाँ जो जल था, water था वो transpirate हो गया, यहाँ से वाष्पित हुआ. At that time, there is the vacancy in this cell. There is the vacancy in this cell, means there is low concentration of water in this cell. In this situation, what will happen? The water from this cell will move in upper portion. In this situation, again and again, there is the movement of water from one cell to another cell. There is the movement of water. At that time, there is the low concentration of water in upper part of plants. Then the roots will absorb the water because in soil the concentration of water is higher. Then the root absorb the water and it is transported to different parts of plant. So we say that transpiration is the process by which there is the transportation of water in plants. The other topic that we have to study is the root pressure. It is very important to study. Root pressure. What is the root pressure? As the word given root pressure, the pressure exerted on the root is called as root pressure. How it happens, students? We know that the roots of plants. Suppose that these are the roots of plants. Suppose that these are the roots of plants. In this situation, actually states during night time there is the transportation of water and mineral by transpiration. This is the reason that why it is very important. Transpiration is important during daytime and root pressure is important during night time. It is given in your book also. You can see. Okay, students, it is given that You can see in your book how the root pressure is increasing. Let us see students, what happens. We know that there is the soluble matter in the roots also. There are the soluble matter in roots and there are the soluble matter in the soil. These are the soil. Suppose that, और ध्यान से देखना, ये जो रूट्स हैं, रूट्स मेरे रूट्स वाटर मिनरल को एब्जॉर्ब किए हुए हैं और किस फॉर्म में, सॉल्यूशन के फॉर्म में, एंड द वाटर एंड मिनरल आर आल्सो प्रेजेंट इन द soil. At that time, what happens is these roots, in roots there are the root hairs. These root hairs absorb the mineral from the soil. How they absorb? In the roots there are root hairs and that root hairs are helpful to absorb the mineral from the soil by using the energy. By using the energy. What am I saying? Let us see. पौधों की जो जड़ें होती हैं मिट्टी से, सॉइल से क्या करती हैं, जो मिनरल होते हैं मिनरल को एब्जॉर्ब करती हैं बाय लॉसिंग द एनर्जी इन फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी। बहुत कम आप सुनते होंगे कि पौधे भी एनर्जी खर्च करते हैं। यस, प्लांट्स यूज देयर एटीपी टू एब्जॉर्ब द मिनरल्स फ्रॉम द सॉइल। इन दिस सिचुएशन सपोज दैट व्हेन प्लांट्स एब्जॉर्ब मिनरल, देयर आर द मिनरल. At that time, the concentration of mineral in the root of plants is higher. Let us see what I was saying. When the root of plants absorb the mineral from the soil, at that time the concentration of mineral in the roots is higher. Because we have studied that when the amount of solute is higher, then the concentration of solvent is reduced. In that case, what will happen? The concentration of water is reduced in the root, and we know that when the concentration of substances is low, there is the movement of substance from high concentration to low concentration by the process of osmosis. What happens? Same time, the water is absorbed from the soil by the roots. From the soil by the roots. How? Because concentration of water in the soil is higher in respect of the root. How it happens? Because by using the energy in the form of ATP, the plants absorb mineral from the soil. Then the amount of mineral in the root is higher. At that time, the concentration of water is low and plants absorb water by the process of osmosis, and then the concentration of water and mineral is present and it is transported to various parts of plant body according to need. Understood? This process is called as active transport. A new word has come again. Active transport. It will come again and active transportation. Now we have to study. Active transport means such type of transportation of material in which there is loss of energy. There is loss of energy. It is called as active transport. I have told that when the mineral is absorbed from the soil to the plant body, at that time plants will use the energy in the form of ATP. Due to this, it is called as active transport. It is called as active transport, means such type of transportation of material in which there is using of energy, there is loss of energy. It is called as active transport. This is the transportation of water in the plants. Now we have to study about the transportation of phloem. Only 7 minutes remain, so we have to finish. We will clear our confusion on next day. We have to discuss about the transportation of food. Transportation of food and other substances. The last topic that is given in your book is we have studied that there is the transportation of food by the phloem. Phloem help to transport the food. And we know that food is prepared by the lips, means food is prepared by the green part of plant, and there is the transportation of food material from green part of plant to non-green part of plant. What I was saying, there is the transportation of food from green part of plant to non-green part of plant. Then the non-green part of plant, what are the non-green part of plant? The non-green part of plant are the roots and the flowers also, because flowers are not green, they are not non-green, so there is requirement of food material because that part are unable to prepare their food. In this situation, there is the bidirectional transportation of food material by the phloem. By the phloem, there is bidirectional transportation. How can we see? Suppose that this is the plant body. This is the plant body. So there are the leaves. These are the leaves. These leaves will prepare their photosynthesis, and that prepared food material is transported by the phloem. Suppose that we know that xylem and phloem are present in every part of plant. पौधे के हर भाग में xylem और phloem present होते हैं. What happens is when the food is prepared by the leaves, that is stored in the form of sucrose. You all know. What happens? These prepared food material is absorbed by the phloem. How it is absorbed? Here, the plant has to use energy also in the form of eating. Once again, I am saying that when the food material is prepared by the leaf, then the nearby phloem which is present near the leaves and the part of plant absorb the prepared food material in the form of sucrose. In the form of sucrose by using the energy. By using the energy. Here there is the active transport also. Here there is the active transport also, because when you absorb the prepared food material in the list by losing energy, then we can say that there is the active transport. And when suppose that when the food is absorbed in phloem, at that time, suppose that food is absorbed in the phloem. At that time, the concentration of food material is high in the phloem. Then there will be low concentration of water once again. There will be low concentration of water once again in the phloem. In a parallel position, there are the xylems also. There are the xylems also which carry the water from roots to different parts of plant. At that time, when the concentration of water in phloem is low, at that time the water starts to move from xylem to phloem. From xylem to phloem. At that time, the concentration of food and water is increased, and the pressure in this area where there is the water and food molecules here. Here, this area is high pressure because the food material is absorbed by phloem by active transport. Due to low concentration, water has also moved here by the process of osmosis. In this situation, this region is high pressure area, and if there is high pressure area, then from here it starts to transport at the various part where there is requirement. From here it transport to roots, it transport to flower pods and other parts where there is requirement of material. This is the transportation process in plants and animal species. Now, this topic has finished.